this is Shenanigans. She's a 4-year-old mare I've been training for a lady. The lady was going to leave it up to me on whether or not this was a show quality horse or trail quality horse. In my determination, she's show quality. That's why I told the lady we could start training her towards that, and it wouldn't be a waste of money or effort because she's pretty talented. First natural problem that she's having, even standing here at rest, you can see how high her head is. She has a naturally high head carriage, and when she's going, it even gets higher because even though she's sweet and gentle, she's a fiery mare. She's got a big motor and never takes a tired step. Well, with that head so high, it tends to make her break at the front end and carry the front legs here that I'm talking about a little bent like this as she comes forward. Well, I want it making a nice, smooth, low stride like that. To get this horse to make a longer, low stride, I'm gonna have to teach her to carry her head lower than what she naturally feels comfortable to do. Now, the old timers have a trick for this that my grandpa taught me. What they did, they'd take a piece of really thick, like electric fence wire is about the right gauge, like a 10 or 12 gauge wire, and they'd put it right here underneath the nose band of the cavesson, down under the chin. About an inch below that chin, they'd twist it in a knot and make a loop, and then on that loop, they'd take a hay string and a clip, and they'd run it down here to this D-ring on the girth, okay? Then they'd set this head, however low they want it, like that, and tie it tight. Then they'd ride them with that for a couple days or a week, and that would wear a sore spot into their nose to where they're ducking away from that pressure all the time. And they're causing that much pain to drop that head, and becomes a habit, and they learn to travel that way. I've done it myself. That's the way I was taught. It's kind of old-fashioned though, and I've been looking for better ways to train with cues and positive reinforcement. So on the last couple horses I've trained to do, I've used a cue that I'm going to show you now on how I train it with my method now. So I haven't rode this mare yet today, and I haven't warmed her up, so she might be a little bit fresh, but I'll just get on and show you what I do. So what I'm going to do, I'll explain it so that you can watch. I'm going to lift with my heels on both sides, right at the girth, and collect her with my reins. As soon as she drops her head, I'm going to drop my feet off of her ribs and hold her mouth another 5 count. Then I'm going to release her mouth too. And I'm going to say, drop your head. Drop your head. Good. And I'm going to release, let it come back up. Do it again. Drop your head. Hey. Drop your head. Good. Oh. So she's wanting to back up, so I'll put her against this hay. Back up. Drop your head. Good. Yeah. Drop your head. Drop your head. Drop your head. Drop. Good. She's real fresh. Drop your head. Drop your head. Good. Good. Right there was perfect. That'd be a good time to stop. Now, what I'll do is I'll teach that at a stop. Then I'll ask her to walk off with her head down at a very slow dog walk. She's already doing that when she's warm. And I've only trained this one other time. Yesterday, I started this cue. So she's already that cemented just from one 30-minute workout. Then I'll take off at a walk real slow and ask her to do it after she started walking. Next thing you know, you can do it at a trot, you can do it at a walk, you can do it whenever. Then you don't have to be messing with your hands or anything to get the headset you want. You can do it with a foot cue or your voice while in motion in a show ring. And them doing it off of a cue will exaggerate that walk, bring the head down, which makes the front end stay on the ground, which keeps that knee from bending, which gets that extended trot. People were talking about, oh man, I can see your mare Lucky when we won that championship. I can see the front of her hoof hollowed out while she's coming to me. Well, that's that cue. That and that 2-year-old was doing it also that we showed last year. they're keeping that front end down as they're working and doing that stride. That's how you get a low front end and keep the knees from breaking, or at least that's how I do it. I think it's a little bit nicer and more of a horsemanship way of training than putting a wire around their nose and sore.